stays in here. Really adds to the atmosphere. I think the scary thing, Russia, is the bulk of that defence. Some of our teenagers still. Rest are in their early 20s, more or less. It just stands in a great stead, doesn't it? This is outside of the three minnows in this competition, Cambodia, Laos and Timor-Leste. They are the youngest squad in this competition. Singapore, the oldest squad, at almost 28 years of age.
It's a wonderful contrast, and the two different styles, I would say, or perspectives from these two sides, and where they each are in their phases of development. And Shin Tae-yong, I think, very much looking at trying to bring through the next generation of talent and molding them into this aggressive, attacking, high-intensity team that he wants them to be. I mentioned this, with younger players, it can sometimes be easier to get your ideas across to them, and more willing to take those on. And I think for Indonesian players as well, it's good to be exposed to that sort of coaching, that sort of level of coaching, and that sort of level of professionalism, and those sorts of qualities that he has, Shin Tae-yong. It just exposes you. It's a matter of education as well.
Yeah, he's proved very much his own man, and there was pressure on him to pick, for example, Ilya Spasejovic, who has got more international goals than all the other forwards that have been picked in this squad. It doesn't fit his system. That's a lovely ball over for Irfan from Alfreanda Deanga. Away by Irfan.
Yeah, it's not even just about fitting into the system. It's about how he gets along with the rest of the team, the rest of the squad. And, you know, and that's important, especially in a tournament like this where you're going to be stuck together for a while in that bubble. You know, and this is something that Tatsuma Yoshida spoke about. It's a great challenge.
Great work there, isn't it, from Song Wei-young. He's rode out the challenge as well. Up to Faris Rumley on the left-hand side for Singapore. Need to put a much better ball in for Iksan Fundi. Breaking news, of course, leading up into this match, is that Iksan Fundi, who was poised to play in the top flight of Norwegian football with his club FK Yerv, has just made the move to his brother's club in Thailand, who's in this team as well. Irfan Fundi, he's going to BG Pathum, Russia. What do you make of that one? As we see Asnawi. Put up for a corner.
Well worked by Indonesia there, just to play through the middle initially, just draw Singapore into these narrow positions, and then release Asnawi in its space out wide on the right hand side. Decent enough cross, Safwan heading it away. Yeah, interesting one, the timing of the announcement coming just before this match. I wonder what the thinking was behind that. Must have been some discussions with the player about it. It's an interesting move. We'll see how the set piece develops before we investigate that further.
Oh, a bit of a flap there from Hassan Sani. A pretty good tournament so far, the veteran keeper.
Pratama Arhan, we know he's got wonderful technique and delivery on his left foot. Not just about his throw-in, he scored a brilliant goal against Malaysia last time out. High energy, great work rate, gets up and down that left-hand side.
Successive corner here for Indonesia. Near post. Pretty well dealt with from Zulfami. And a quick ball up. It's a good ball as well, but it just curves away from Faris. You see the idea from Haris Harun. It's a clear strategy, isn't it, Rushan?
Yeah, I mean, look, go for it. In those situations as well with Asnawi, credit to him on that occasion. He defended that really well. Read the pass, read the bounce of it, came across and cut out that danger.
Fundi is there to clear it away. Up to the other Irfan.
I wonder how long he's going to be playing alongside his brother at BG Pathum, because there's talk about Irfan moving on from BG Pathum. Rumours that John Book are looking at him.
Yep.
if they can step up the cash.
It's a fair amount as well. $1 million. Now, here is that long throw, and this time it's a much longer run-up. He's got the space on this side. Pratama, they've not put a man on him this time. Should be straightforward for Hassan. And again, an immediate release. He's slipped as he was just about to make contact with the ball. Big divot there from him.
Well, that's the great thing about Hassan. In Singapore here, with these long throws, obviously they would have looked at that, they would have studied it, they would have worked on it on the training ground. What Singapore do have is at least they have height at the back. We know aerially they are strong, and Hassan is a very confident and experienced goalkeeper. He's been one of Singapore's best players, I think, in this competition.
That's where Iksan wants the ball, but I've got to say that's excellent cut from Alfiandra.
Yeah, it's just scary when you think about the future of Indonesian football. Alfiandra is 20, Pratama Arhan
Just
19,
turned 20
just turned
yesterday.
20 just yesterday. Happy birthday to Pratama Arhan. Risky Ridho, 20 years of age. Wow.
Asnawi's 22.
Yes, 22 playing in Korea.
Here we go now. Here's Song. Oh, that was a good intervention. And on the rebound. Singapore denied anyway. It would have been offside.
Oh, this is encouraging play from Singapore. If you're a Singapore fan, you see the variance in the runs there. Iksan just peeling off towards the near post. Oh, I tell you what, he doesn't catch that one well at all. Missed times the hit on that. I think he'll be disappointed with himself because when I spoke to him after he scored those 2 goals, Norada, isn't it, with a high challenge?
Not a great one. That was bad. I don't think there was any malice in that. He's apologising.
It's a terrible challenge from Norada. Be very fortunate if he gets away with it.
He's been told just to quickly walk away from this one.
Oh, I mean, look, he's got his eyes on the ball, sure, but can't go flying into your position like that.
But to clear, Roshan, you feel the worst it would be is a yellow, and it is, isn't it? So, do you think it could be worse?
Listen, I've seen sending offs for that, for challenges like that. We've seen it in the world of football, haven't we? You know, his knee is essentially gone with a knee to Witan's chest in that situation.
Yellow card it is. I think it ended up being one of those that probably looked worse than it was because he's got up fairly quick. It did look pretty bad, didn't it? Contact made. Norada has got a yellow card, a pretty early one as well. Away by Zulfami. Nicely taken there by Faris, and then a good touch on by Ricky Kambuaya. Here's Irfan. Inside, Pratama. After all, and him having a nice, decent battle. Fairly even Stevens at the moment for you?
Yeah, nice even contest at the moment. And I think the Indonesia-Malaysia game, you remember how quick the pace and the tempo was in that one. We haven't seen that sort of intensity yet in this match, and that's completely understandable. Very early on.
Yeah. Also, because that was that one-off effectively.
That's right.
It was almost a winner-take-all, wasn't it?
I think Shin Tae-yong mentioned something about that was them getting the rhythm replay. It's no surprise they've made their way top of the group into the semi-finals. And then he said from then on, after those first 2 matches, essentially everything has been treated like a final.
Yeah, he said every game now as well, all the way, be treated as a final. I love the mind games that were played as well in the build-up to this one. He was saying Singapore, they will come at us, we're the underdog, trying to play it off, trying to put the pressure on. He's been trying to do that sort of thing throughout this tournament. Here come Indonesia. Asnawi. Rahmat Irianto. Closed down there by Zulfami.
Rahmat is another player who's been so impressive for Indonesia. Another one, 22 years of age. Can play in central defense, can play in central midfield. Doesn't look out of place at all.
Started his career up top. Slowly worked his way back down the pitch.
Just looking to try and put it through the legs of Zulfami there. Well defended by Zulfami. Came in for a bit of criticism after that Thailand game. A bit harsh. player with really good qualities. There's a reason why he's in the national side, a reason why Tsuma Yoshida puts him in the starting 11.
Fourth corner for Indonesia. Defended on the corner. Looking for a way to break through. Asnawi has fallen to Witan Sulaiman. Waits to pull the trigger.
Well, the first touch from Witan was excellent. And what that did was it unbalanced Haris Harun just as he receives it. Good run. That first touch, it's an unexpected one for that Singapore defense. Because it takes him across the penalty area here. Just unbalances Haris just for the moment. Does enough eventually to put Witan off his shot at goal. Incredible talent. I'm just talking about these incredibly talented Indonesian players.
He's off in Europe, Lechia Gdansk in Poland, Witan Sulaiman. And we played in the Serbian League. Serbian League, that's where Egi Maulana plays. He's just come across now. Indonesia. And we had a little problem there. Didik Setiawan is okay. There's Iksan. Trying to slip the ball to him, it's a foul. Harris saw the run there of Faris Ramli. Just looking to release him as much as they can, can't they?
You know what needs to be better? The type of pass. In that situation, Haris, he kind of lofted it in behind. It needs to be a driven pass. He needs to hit it with his instep, like you're shooting at goal almost. You need to drive it in behind to that space so there's pace on the ball. And it becomes difficult for a defender to recover and maybe even read the flight of it. That's Indonesia, knowing that Singapore have that threat on the counter-attack. That defense is going to have to be alert all throughout this match.
Touch on Brand Witan's a nice one. Here's Asnawi. Back to Witan Sulaiman. Foul on Safwan Baharudin by the Indonesian skipper.
Yes, so now he's gone straight through Safwan here. I mean, you can see those fighting qualities. He is late with that challenge.
Well, coming into this, Indonesia had the most fouls, 58 fouls. They came in, the most yellow cards, 9. And yeah, some of the ASEAN press, particularly Vietnam, because of what happened in their group game, called them, well, weren't very diplomatic, shall we say, in the press about what they saw as the tactics and the way they played their football was rough. I think it's probably the most diplomatic way of saying it.
And again, Singapore looking to just move things on very quickly. Intelligent touch from Song. He turned away from Risky. And left his knee in the thigh of Song Woo-young.
First of all, those yellow cards have accumulated. That's why we have no place today for Ramai Ruket, who is suspended for this one. They have 9 yellow cards. Singapore not far behind. 51 fouls coming into this game with 8 yellow cards. Here's Shadan Sulaiman. The ball across to a looping header. And that's creeping in from Safwan. That's what he's so good at doing.
Yeah, nice idea. Really nice idea from Safwan. You can see exactly what he was trying to do as the ball came into him. Just trying to use the pace of it. Notice that Nadeo was off his line. Trying to guide it and loop it over him. Again, Shadan with the pinpoint. Managed to peel away from that defense. And sometimes when you get yourself out in those wider positions, that defense can just forget that you're a threat. Nobody's sort of talking in that defense, paying attention to his positions. And that can be an issue. So Fahmi stepping up to take the corner this time.
Referee just spotting that bit of tussling in the box. Faris Ramli and I think Rahmat Irianto. They might be sensing a goal here, Singapore. Nadio, maybe a bit of a touch on it, could have been the defender as they try to hit Singapore on the counter here, Indonesia. Storming forward of Didik Setiawan, onside or not? No, the flag has gone up for Irfan.
It could have been a chance there for Indonesia, you know. Potential to break forward here. Needed to keep himself onside there, Irfan Jaya.
So Fahmi across to Nazrul Nazari. Shadan Sulaiman. Midfield made up of 3 players from the same club team, Lion City Sailors, Shadan Sulaiman, Madasaru and Song Young. So a lot of familiarity there. Faris Rumley as well. You've got Nur Adam Abdullah, dominate Singapore Premier League at the moment. Here's Song. Done well, Song. Looking good. Harris. See what he was trying to do.
Looking to touch it on to space behind the Indonesian defence for Iksan to get on the end of.
Nasty collision. Play will continue for now. Fine. Just winded, I think.
And it'll hurt both players. It's one of those, isn't it, that both these guys have got to go for. 50-50 ball in the air, both eyes on the ball, wanting to win it. This is coming together. Dedik Setiawan and Irfan.
You'll find a minute, won't you?
I don't think it'll be bad enough to keep you off, or take you off in a semi-final.
Dedik referred to Ezra Walian today. It's been pretty much the first choice striker for Indonesia. Maybe a little bit less mobile than Dedik.
His output hasn't quite been the best in this competition, but you can see his role in the team. In certain instances, he's got mobile players around him, so he's almost like that foil, that target man that he can play it into, release it, quick touches into runners off him.
So free kick here for Indonesia. Alfiandra Dewanga. Dewanga right into the wall. Iksan. That's a hugely ambitious ball for Song William to get onto.
Gives possession back to Indonesia straight away. It does allow Singapore, obviously, to push up the pitch, as they've done here.
Ricky Kambuaya. We haven't mentioned too much until now. Indonesia just edging possession at the moment. But, in terms of chances, not too many for either side.
Just not the relationship here between Rahmat and Alfiandra. When Alfiandra does step out, as he's doing here to apply pressure on Singapore midfield, Rahmat steps back into that back line. Singapore broken through. The desire to make something happen for his team down that right-hand side. Harris tried to foul him, almost took him down, got back up on his feet, and then this give and go here. The return pass, Asnawi nutmegging Shadan. And then the return ball from Witan, first time into that space for Asnawi, and then the cutback. Wonderful finish from Witan. You know, he just doesn't panic in that situation. Allows the ball to come across his body, opens up his body inside of the foot, guides it away from Hassan Sani. That's a wonderful, wonderful goal.
Didn't need to take that extra touch for the first time. That helped a bit.
You look at his game intelligence and his wonderful technique with Tan. He gets himself into these positions and he knows exactly what he's going to do when the ball comes into him. Do I need to hang on to it? Do I need to play it first time? And he just makes these right decisions. and backed himself because he's got the technique in those situations. I know the situation, I need to pass it first time, and I've got the technique to do it, so he doesn't need to hold on to it, as some players might need to do in those situations before playing a pass.
Their first shot on target, Indonesia, results in a goal. They have the lead here, just coming up to the half-hour mark. Semi-final first leg, offside, Dinik Setiawan.
But really, that was the brilliance from Asnawi down that right-hand side. He just broke free, broke forward. Tried to bring out that, yeah, he is just a little bit offside, isn't he?
Shanan, important touch there, it's with Asnawi, and the assist. Goal, that was great run from him.
They tried to do the cynical side of it, didn't they?
Lolos terus.
Your favorite part of the game, taking players down in the counter-attack.
Here's Nazrul Nazari.
And you know what, credit to the referee as well, for not being quick on the whistle. Allow play to go on, allowed Indonesia to have that advantage, even though now he was stumbling over, looking like he was going to fall, but he got himself back up on his feet.
Discussions there should take on. Well, as soon as Singapore conceded that goal, their coach Tatsuma was telling them, just heads up, quickly get the ball back. There he is. Very defending his side. And both Haris Harun, the skipper, and the goalkeeper Hassan Sani have been quick to defend him as well. Putting on a show of unity, Singapore. Here's Faris Romney. See what Tatsuma is looking to do there. Witan Sulaiman, the goal scorer. Now come Buaya. Was there a foul? The referee will call that back. Rahmat touching his wrist.
It was Zulfami that just got given a bit of the runaround here from Kambuaya and Rahmat. It's that arm that comes across him. And the referee will have a word with Zulfami. And a warning perhaps. It's interesting for Indonesia how they can swap it around.
There's our man, Witan Sulaiman, who scored the goal with Asnawi supplying it.
It starts from when they break forward down that right-hand side, and then he goes down that channel, that give and go with Witan, as I mentioned, the intelligence of when he needs to play that first time, and that first touch into Asnawi, and then continues his run. He's not passing it and then admiring his pass or looking at it and going, oh, that's beautiful, Asnawi, go and see what you can do. He's give it, go. What's the next position I can take up? And that's in the penalty area. And the weight on that ball from Asnawi as well means Witan can just allow it to come across his body, open himself up, guide it past the goalkeeper.
Did it? That's great work there from Irfan. On to Song Wei-yong. Now Nazrul. Here's Iksan. Come back on shortly. There's another man down here for Indonesia though.
Yeah, I mean, Irfan, again, eyes on the ball. He's got to go for that. He's got to go for that. It's just unfortunate that situation. There was a player in the way.
I think some of the other teams might be thinking Indonesia getting a bit of a taste of their own medicine, because they have been. They won't care. They've got the all-important goal at the moment. Someone's got some thinking to do.
Now, before we went through that replay of the goal, I was just talking about Indonesia's ability to switch it up, and it's when you've got players who are so versatile and tactically sound and technically very good, you can almost, at times in matches, just rotate it And so at times you see Rahmat Irianto playing in central defense, at times you see Alfiandra in there, and then in midfield they switch it around a little bit as well. And on this occasion, Alfiandra just dropped into their back line.
Away by Fakhruddin. Towards Didik Setiawan. Safwan gets there ahead of him. Here's Rahman, who's okay now. Important touch from Song Woo. There's a foul on him.
Yeah, I mean,
The yellow card.
it's another awful challenge. The two left backs have gone flying into the opposition. Both have come away with just yellow cards. Look at this here. I mean, Song takes it away from him. And that's such a late challenge. And again, I have to go back to challenges like this. We've seen them. We've seen players in those situations get sent off.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's a horrible challenge. It was the same with...
Do you think both of them have been a bit lucky?
I think both of them have been lucky. I think Noor Adam was fortunate with his first one. And Arhan has been fortunate with that as well. The referees let them both off the hook.
Could be 10 against 10. Again, thankfully, he's got up quickly. Sultan Salam was on the receiving end of Noor Adam's challenge earlier. So, set pieces we talked about. Safwan, remember, similar position earlier, got a header on target that Nadio just managed to tip over. Touch on by Irfan. They'll get it away, Indonesia. There's Nasr Nazari to cover. Back to Hassan Sani. So Fahmi under pressure here. He's lost the ball. Needs to get himself up quickly. And Indonesia into the side netting. That could well have been number 2, Witan Sulaiman as well, to his tally.
Wonderful pressing by Indonesia. Really good pressing. Look at that. Witan's already saying that's where the next pass is going to go. I'm going to close off this angle. It's going to go out to Zulfami Rahman Irianto. Wonderful work from him. Just more aggressive, just hungry in that situation. Zulfami has a look up. He doesn't see any options in front of him, so he thinks, I'm just going to try and hang on to this if I can. But Rahman's just too aggressive there. And you got to understand the referees as well. Some referees would have given a free kick to Zulfami in that situation, saying there was a late challenge. But with this referee, he kind of tends to let things go a little bit.
I think that was a hope, wasn't it, from Zulfami when he went down there.
Just put Hassan in a lot of trouble there.
There's Tatsuma having a chat with Noor Adam in particular. Take us through this, Roshan.
I'm going to guess the red magnets are Singapore players, and he's trying to say trying to say to Noor Adam, perhaps touch line, but let's have a look at the goal. Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see from us now. He was taken out initially by Haris, and you're thinking in these situations, you know, the cynical side of it is say foul him, and he tried to foul him, but he didn't succeed because now he just had the drive to keep going, go back up on his feet, gone forward. And still in the presence of mind, composure to nutmeg Shadan with that pass through into Witan. And we've touched on the cutback and the quality of the finish.
Witan Sulaiman.
He's going to be a massive player, Witan Sulaiman.
Him and Egi are the two that Indonesia are pinning their hopes on. Maulana arrived only yesterday, so will not be available until Saturday. Yes, that's right. Second leg. Good news for Singapore is that Hassan Sani is up. Yeah, Ross, just going back then, it appeared that he was looking to try and push Noor Adam a bit further up on the board. Tatsuma?
I think he wanted him to perhaps maintain his width a little bit more, so there could have been an outlet potentially for him. But that's another lovely run from Witan. And what I like tactically about Witan's role here is that he's got that freedom to go and exploit any sort of spaces that he wants to. It becomes very difficult to pick up. Really excels in that sort of free role in possession, I think, Witan.
babak kedua sih ya Singapura keluar tendangan langsung sih.
Some won't get that. Back to Nadio. Here's Alfredo Devanga. Loves spreading those passes, doesn't he? All the way back.
It could have been a bit of defensive instruction to Noradam there as well. But we see him now just looking to try and stretch out that Indonesian back line off the ball. Of course, has decided to go straight down the middle instead of to this left-hand side.
Here's Noradam. Oh, lovely work from him. He's the best young player in the Singapore Premier League last season. Ranga with the clearance. Here's Nazrul Lazari. Singapore looking for the equaliser. Shannon Siloman. Down to Noradam. Now Safwan. Faris gets a touch on Shannon. There's a foul on him. Got the ball, ref. It's being sent by Irfan.
Nice and patient in possession there, Singapore. I like how they've sort of just looked to work this. Gets to the ball first, it looks to me like a good challenge. I know from the referee's point of view, he might think it's overly aggressive and from behind, but I mean, I think he's actually put a decent challenge in.
So these situations have been Singapore's strength, as we've mentioned. And that's why Indonesia very wary of them. Shannon Sulaiman. Somehow that's been kept in. It's away by Rahmat Irianto. Just about 3 minutes left in this first half. Noradam, lovely control by him. One back by Witan Sulaiman though. Was a foul on Noradam. Taeyong not happy with that decision and how long perhaps it took.
Yeah, I think they're just looking to see if there was an opportunity for an advantage to take place. Irfan's gone down on the far side of the pitch. He's got back up on his feet. That's good to see.
Zulfami. Should be a little bit of added time, of course, with the injury stoppages that we had. Now we'll get to Song Wei-young. Back with Indonesia now. There's Kambuaya. Zulfami looks annoyed.
Yeah, Ricky Kambuaya, I think he's been excellent for Indonesia in midfield. He's one of those players, you know, all the eyes will be on everyone else. Witan Sulaiman, we'll be talking about Egy Maulana, Elkan Baggett, but Kambuaya is that machine in midfield, never stops running, and he's such an intelligent player as well. I love how he's aware of his positions and the body shape that he needs to take up to receive and turn away from pressure, sees what's happening around him.
Ranga up against Iksan. Roshan, you'd mentioned earlier that you felt Singapore in midfield has not been their best work. Good on the transitions, perhaps. Same kind of problems today?
Oh no, not particularly just in midfield. I mean, in possession.
Yeah.
As a team, it's not looked. They've not looked that smooth. It's not looked that great. But when they do have these opportunities in the counter-attacks, then that pass selection, the type of pass that you play into the spaces for runners, it's got to be better. It's got to be these driven passes, not these lofted style passes which give time for defenders to reorganize themselves.
Lovely ball out from Hassan Sani to Nur Adam.
So just
Zulfami stepping out.
yeah, there we go. No, you brought up exactly the same point I was going to bring up. See Safwan picking up a yellow card for himself. It's a late challenge, very late, into the back of Witan. Gets the ball kicked into him from Rahman as well.
Yeah, no surprises. 3 minutes. We have had a number of stoppages, haven't we? For the fouls, the injuries. Morada. Should you say, Roshan, this scoreline probably a fair reflection of what we've seen so far, or?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think it is. I mean, create a chance like that with the quality that you have, finish it off. And I don't know if Singapore have actually created much danger. That's not to say Indonesia themselves has created much of note, but they had that moment of quality there from Asnawi and Witan with the finish. I mean, it's I struggle with that word deserve in football. It's a strange word in football for me, because you sometimes see win matches and you could have defended for 90 minutes and created like 2 chances, scored 1 goal, and end up winning the game. And people might say, yeah, but you didn't deserve to win.
Yeah.
I mean,
You've done the job, right?
you've done the job. What does that mean? You deserve it, right?
Here's Asnawi. Song battling away here. Against wing back. Faris, I should say. He gets a free kick here.
Aggressive as they were against Malaysia.
There's Irfan. Loves his driving runs from time to time. Up to Nazrul Lazari. Will be a throw-in. One final chance perhaps for Singapore at the end of this first half. That would change the complexion of this game, of course. They can score here.
A lot more of that tactically disciplined performance from Indonesia here defensively. Similar, I would say, to what we saw in the second half against Malaysia and against the whole game against Vietnam, pretty much.
Heavy touch on from Zulfami. Kambuaya. We've had the 3 minutes. And the first half comes to a close here at the National Stadium, with Indonesia in the lead against Singapore in the semi-final first leg.